Hi guys, welcome back to another video. Thank you so much for being here today. For today's video, I did want to show you my eyeshadow collection. So it's going to be pretty simple and to the point. I'm going to show you what I have. Keep in mind that I have accumulated this makeup over a span of years. I'd say about 10 years I've been collecting makeup. I don't necessarily use all of my makeup, and as I get older and gather other interests, I have kind of decluttered things that I don't necessarily use. But for the most part, this is my collection, what I like to keep handy. And what I'm trying to get in the habit of doing is whenever I buy something new, I take out something old. I'll either donate it or give it to family and friends. So that's kind of like my mojo right now. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoy this video. Please don't forget to comment, like, subscribe. Please check out my Instagram. I will leave all the details in the description below. And again, thank you so much for watching, guys. Have a good one. And remember, stay humble, stay kind, and be safe. Toodles! Okay guys, so basically this is my Alex 5 drawer piece. I got it a couple years ago, and on here I hold some of my primers, my like bigger bronzer and highlight palettes, blush palettes, sort of that kind of thing in the first couple drawers, and then the last 3 drawers are going to be my eyeshadow collection and like my single eyeshadows, my big palettes, and all that jazz. So we're gonna start with this 3rd drawer here. All right, so no particular way. Let's start with this one. This was my first eyeshadow palette. I remember saving up for this eyeshadow palette back in the day when it first came out. This is by the Naked Urban Decay eyeshadow palette. It looks like this. It did come with the brush at the time. I used to love this palette. I no longer use it that much. I just kind of keep it for sentimental reasons, but yeah, I love this palette. All right, so next I have here a random Wet n Wild palette. I honestly got this eyeshadow palette for this green and this blue, and I never use it. But this is the Wet n Wild Stop Playing Safe eyeshadow palette, and this is like their reformulated and repackaged eyeshadow palette. Then I have my Too Faced Semi-Sweet Chocolate Bar palette. Looks like this. I got it and I honestly used it like 2 or 3 times. I haven't used it that much. I keep it because it smells amazing, honestly. I then have my Lorac Pro. I think this is one of the first Lorac eyeshadow palettes. I remember when I purchased this palette, I used to love this palette. Can you tell? This eyeshadow was used and abused. I love this palette. It's really good. I really need to I need to like put it on my vanity so that I can use it more often because the pigmentation on this palette is awesome. Then I have this Anastasia Artist palette. I don't use this palette. I honestly got into the hype of YouTube to buy it, and I knew right off the bat when I saw it that it wasn't like what I typically go for, but again, the hype of the tube, right? I mean, for the most part, Anastasia eyeshadow formula, it's really good. So again, this is the Modern Renaissance palette by Anastasia, and this palette I love this palette. Can you tell it's used and abused? I honestly use these 2 eyeshadows, this pinky and this gold, as highlight because they're that good. I love this palette. I would never let go of this palette. It's super pigmented and super good. I also have the Anastasia, I don't know what this is called. It doesn't have the name. I don't know. It's from years ago. It's beautiful. It's neutral with a couple of pop of colors. But I don't use it that much. I mainly got it for this shade here and this one here, the buttery and the pink champagne. Again, I use this a lot as my inner corner highlight and as my eyeshadow, as my face highlight. And this buttery color, I do like to use it as um, to set my eyelids. I love this palette, but I don't use it a lot. Then back here, let's see, I have the Sunrise palette by whatever, by that brand, Foculure Sunrise palette. I honestly got into the hype to buy this palette, and I don't even use it. It has some highlights, some glittery shades and stuff, but I don't use this palette. I think I've used it once. I think I used that shadow and that's it. But it's nonetheless, the pigmentation of whenever I did use it, it was okay. I have the Perception ColourPop times Shayla eyeshadow palette. This was a collab with Shayla. I love this eyeshadow palette. I got into the hype from the tube to buy it, but I honestly don't use it that much. But I honestly got it for these blues and this orange color. The pigmentation on this palette is so good, and the packaging is so beautiful. Do you see that? It's beautiful. Then I have the Shan XO, the Remix palette with BH Cosmetics. This is not the original one. This is the remix. It has like two sides to it. So it has this side over here. Beautiful colors. I think I used them like once or twice. I haven't used this eyeshadow palette that much, honestly. This is kind of more neutral, and then this side is more colorful. I really like that pink. It looks beautiful. Now that I'm showing you guys what I have, I'm kind of surprised too of what I have, because I don't remember what I have. Then I have this Milani Most Loved Mattes eyeshadow palette. It looks like this. It's a bunch of neutrals. Surprise, surprise. This palette is good, but I don't reach for it that often, honestly. I don't know why. And then I have the Z palette that I created with a bunch of, I think these are, they're Makeup Geek, are they? Yeah, they're Makeup Geek foiled eyeshadows. These three are the foiled eyeshadows, and these, I don't know who are they for, but they're glitter shadows. I created this palette. I don't use it, but nonetheless, it's beautiful. I like those purples. Let's see, the Tartelette in Bloom by Tarte palette. It's so beautiful. It's super neutral, and it looks super basic, but I love this palette. I don't use it enough. I need to put it out in my vanity because it's beautiful. I love it. And these dark browns are so gorgeous and super pigmented. And I honestly, legit, I only bought it for like the packaging. Like everything else in my collection. Then I have the Orange You Glad ColourPop. These are those monochromatic palettes that they came out with. This one is so beautiful. I have used this one quite often. ColourPop shadows are super pigmented, super affordable, and very long lasting. I really like this palette. It's beautiful. Let's see. Then I have the Blue Moon ColourPop palette. Again, monochromatic, full of blues. I did a blue eyeshadow look with this palette. Check out my Instagram because I have all my looks in there. But yeah, I love these ColourPop palettes. They're so nice. Then I have this Bad Habit Aftershock eyeshadow palette. I bought this because someone that I watched on the tube recommended it, and I honestly, although it looks beautiful, it has a lot of fallout. It has tons of fallout. The eyeshadows, they crumble a lot. They're pigmented, but as soon as you start blending them out in your eyes, they kind of disappear. So it's beautiful, but I need to get rid of this palette because it's not my favorite. Then here I have one of my newest additions. This is the e.l.f. by J. Kissa To The Rescue eyeshadow palette. This is one of my brand new palettes. I did create an look for my Instagram. You can feel free to check that out on my IGTV. But yeah, I love this palette. So far, I only played with the oranges. I mean, not oranges, with the yellows. So I played with this entire row here. Um, I was so excited to play with that purple, but it came broken from Ulta, and I honestly didn't feel like calling customer service. I'm sure if I call, they will send another one, but I don't feel like going through all that, and I don't have the time. But next, I want to play with the rows of blues. They just look so beautiful. This color is speaking to me. But yeah, I love this. The pigmentation of this palette it's really good so far. Then I have the ColourPop times Mulan eyeshadow collection palette. This is a limited edition palette. I love it. I love this color for the inner corner highlight. I've used these browns here. Great pigmentation. I don't know that you guys will be seeing it on the YouTube or on my channel a lot because I don't like to use limited edition stuff because then I know you guys can't get it. But I honestly got this palette. I'm not a fan of Mulan, but I got it because of the packaging. Like, it's red. It's beautiful. So yeah, that's a really good palette. Then I have here the Douche by Juvia's Place. I really look at the packaging. It's so beautiful. I love this eyeshadow palette. Again, I don't use it enough. I mainly got it for these two colors here. I really want to do a look with this kind of pinky magenta color and this green. It's so beautiful. And the pan sizes are huge. Good palette. No, I don't reach for it that often. Then I have this Morphe eyeshadow palette, the 15D. This is a bunch of browns. I love this eyeshadow palette. I love this color right here. I love this one right here. I love this one. This whole palette is really good, really pigmented and long lasting. I have this Buxom eyeshadow palette that I custom created. This back in the day, you used to buy this empty eyeshadow palette, and then you would buy the eyeshadows on itself or by itself, and you would custom create your own. This color is gorgeous. This brown. I used to use it a lot, but I kind of got over it. But good palette. Then I have this ColourPop shadow palette, Make Up Your Mind. This I got as a free gift with an order in ColourPop. I don't use it. I really want to create a look with this one for like Christmas or New Year's. But yeah, I got this as a free gift. Then I have my CoverGirl Sunsets eyeshadow palette. This one is really good. I know that these palettes are still available at the drugstore, and for what it's worth, they're really good. I love using these two shadows as my highlight for my face, and then these more kind of pinky mauves are so beautiful, and this one is so pigmented. I love that palette. Then I have this ColourPop and I Love Sarai little saucy collab. It looks like this. I legit got this palette just for this color, and it's so good. So good. I don't use this palette too often. It's all dirty because the packaging is white, but the palette itself is beautiful. Then I have the Sweet Talk Pressed Powder Eyeshadow Palette by ColourPop. Again, I got into the hype of buying this one, but this palette is so beautiful. I love using this shadow for all over my lid. Yeah, this palette is good. It's good. It's whenever it comes back in stock, it sells out super fast because it's that good. Then I have, this is very old school, the Lime Crime Venus eyeshadow palette. This palette is so good. It was one of my first eyeshadow palettes, and I got it for this color right here and for that brown. And they're so pigmented and very long lasting. I love this eyeshadow palette. And I know I'm saying that about all of my palettes, guys, but there's a reason why I collect them. Then I have this Element of Surprise ColourPop eyeshadow palette. I think this one came in a BoxyCharm. I haven't used it that much, so I can't really say. But it's beautiful nonetheless, but it's kind of blah. Like, I don't know. It doesn't inspire me. I don't know. I have to play with that. And then I have this Alamar Cosmetics. This is the Reina del Caribe Volume 1. This is like her first eyeshadow palette. Oh, Lord. I purchased this myself, and I honestly purchased it for these two colors here. For these four colors is the reason why I bought them, or why I bought this palette. They are so sparkly and so pigmented. This eyeshadow palette is really, really good. So if you can get your hands on it, do. You won't regret it. Oops. 1 second. All right, and then I have this Melt Cosmetics Dark Matter eyeshadow stack. I honestly got the stack because I got into the hype of the YouTube. It's very pricey for what it is. I think it's like $50 or $60 for the stack. The colors are beautiful. I mean, I guess the concept is cute. It comes with a mirror. These are the shadows that it comes with, and the whole concept is like you can like, they're magnets. So the colors are beautiful, but they're nothing special. They're okay, and I honestly don't reach for this often, so they're okay. They're okay. And then I have this Wet n Wild eyeshadow quad in the House of Thorns. This is a limited edition quad that they came out with last year. It's beautiful. This is a very black color. I love it, and I honestly got it for that green. I need to do a look with that green. Like this, although it's drugstore, it inspires me. It inspires me to do a look. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to other eyeshadows that I have, they don't really inspire me. Then I have the Huda Beauty Pastels Mint eyeshadow little palette here. I got this in the beginning of the year when it first came out, and I honestly haven't played with it. So I honestly got it for the packaging. Story of my life, guys. Then I have another Huda Beauty Emerald Obsessions palette. You would think that I love green, but it's really not. I don't really like, I mean, I like green. I don't mind it, but it's not my favorite color. But I honestly got this eyeshadow palette for these two greens right here. They are so beautiful, and I need to play with this. I did a look with this palette, a green look, obviously. Check out my Instagram because I know I have it there. It's beautiful. Then I have this kind of newer additions to the fam. These are the e.l.f. bite-sized eyeshadows in the Truffles and Carnival Candy. I honestly got them because another YouTuber recommended it, and she said they were so good for the $3 that they are. And I would have to agree. I did use this one. It's super pigmented, super good. I want to do a look with this blue one. And then from this one, I don't know that I used this one yet, but that color is, that taupe color is so beautiful. I want to do a look with these eyeshadows. Then I have like super old school Wet n Wild palettes. These are like old school. This one is called Blue Had Me at Halo, and then Comfort Zone. They have these palettes now, but they're repackaged into like the ones that I showed you previously. But yeah, I honestly got this palette back in the day for these blues. This trio right here, they're beautiful. And I got this one back in the day because of that brown green shadow. Can you see the reflection of that shadow? It's beautiful. I'm pretty sure a lot of these palettes are already super expired, but hey, I'm a collector. Alright, so moving on to the other drawer here. Let's see. Oh Lord, I have tons. I need to get down. Okay, much better. So in here, let me pull this out. Okay, in here I have the 18 Hit Wonders palette by e.l.f. It looks like this. I got it for that yellow, and I haven't even played with this palette much, but nonetheless, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. And e.l.f. eyeshadows, they're so good for the price. And then I got this Makeup Revolution collab with Tammy X. Look at the packaging. It's beautiful. I haven't used this palette a lot. I I actually haven't used it at all, but it's super colorful. It inspires me to play with color. I want to do a look with that green. It's so beautiful. um I will keep you posted because I haven't really used that palette. Then I have the Morphe times Jaclyn Hill, one of her like little vaults collection, and this is in the color, or in the, which one is this one? The Armed and Gorgeous one. It looks like this. I used this gold, beautiful. I use this little mustard yellow, beautiful. This orangey color, beautiful. I love this whole palette, and I'm a big fan of Jaclyn Hill. I love her. Anything she buys or everything she comes out with, I buy. This is a Crown palette, super old school, and I know this one came in a BoxyCharm. I used it a couple times. It's good, but it's nothing mind-blowing. Another neutral palette. Then I have this Bad Habit Athena eyeshadow palette. Again, I bought this one because someone hyped it up on the tube, and I was watching and I was like, why not, right? Why not? It's beautiful, but I need to play with it. I need to play with that orange. It's calling my name. Alright, so next I have the Carly Bybel and BH Cosmetics collab. Oh my god, this is so old school. This is like the first palette that she came out with them. I know she had like a second palette or that's bigger, but I've got the first one. I honestly got it for this dark mauve brown color. It's beautiful. The pigmentation on this palette is amazing. Let's see. I have the BH Cosmetics and Daisy Marquez collab. I honestly got it because I'm a sucker for packaging, and this minty color spoke to me. But look, it's broken. It came off, and so that kind of was like, no. Ugh, I hate when things break. Anyway, this palette is gorgeous. I have used it a couple times. I don't reach for it that often, maybe because it's shoved back there, but it's beautiful. I need to do a look with this one. It's so beautiful. You would think that I love green because everything that I'm pointing at to you guys is green, but I promise green is not my favorite color. But you wouldn't be able to tell. Then I have this Ace Beauty Oceanic palette. I bought this because I felt inspired. And I know for a fact I have a look on my Instagram with this palette, so check it out if you want to see it. It's beautiful. The only thing that I didn't like about this palette is that although it's beautiful, it's pigmented. The shadows are super pigmented. As soon as you start packing them up or packing them on and blending, they kind of disappear. So that's kind of a downer. Then I have the Melissa Michelle times Ulta Beauty collab. This palette is everything. It's so beautiful. I honestly got this palette just for that glittery shadow, and it was well worth it. I love this palette. Then I have a Morphe, an old school Morphe 25A palette. I got this because Jaclyn Hill hyped it up, and she was right. I love these glitters here. These bronzy colors, super good. I need to use that shadow more, those shadows more often. Then I got this changeable fantasy eyeshadow palette from Amazon because someone said that it would be like, it was a comparison to the James Charles eyeshadow palette with Morphe, and I haven't really used it. Like I swatched some of them and I wasn't crazy about the pigmentation, so, but I don't know, maybe I can give that one to my mom or something. Then I have, this is like one of my first eyeshadow palettes or Z palettes that I custom created with some shadows. This is the C palette. Some of them are MAC, some of them are what is the other company called? Okay, some of them are MAC, some of them are Makeup Geek, and some of them, let's see, there's another one, some other brand, I don't remember, but this used to be my favorite shadow. This is the MAC Uninterrupted. Yeah, Uninterrupted shadow. They don't make it anymore, but it's beautiful for the crease. this was one of the first C palettes I ever made, or the first C palette I ever made, and I honestly keep it because it's a sentimental thing. Let's see. Then I have this Infatuation by Profusion palette here that I never used, but the pigmentation on these Profusion palettes are so good, guys. This pink spoke to me. I know I created a look with this. I don't know if I have it on my IG, but yeah, the pigmentation for those Profusion palettes are amazing. Then I have the Jeffree Star Cosmetics Androgyny eyeshadow palette. This palette, the pigmentation and the blendability and everything about his shadows are amazing. I love. And the packaging, I love it. And I don't even like pink like that, but it was well worth it. Then I have the Dominique Cosmetics Celestial Storm eyeshadow palette. Can we talk about this palette though? I honestly got it for that blue and for this pink, and this palette is everything and above. It's amazing. Then I have this BoxyCharm times Pure collection that came in a BoxyCharm. I'm not crazy about this palette. It's like blah. Then I have the Nightingale Pretty Vulgar eyeshadow palette. I'm pretty sure this came out in a BoxyCharm. It looks like that. It's very cool tone. This is, I don't have anything like this. Most of my palettes are very neutral or colorful, and this is very neutral and not neutral but cool tone, and that's the reason why I kept it, because I don't have nothing like that. I don't have anything that's cool tone like this. So it's beautiful. Will I reach for it often? Not really, but it's there. Then I have this Pretty Lie Miss Grace by Sedona Lace. This is a collab that this YouTuber did with Sedona Lace. If you guys remember Sedona Lace, the brushes company. Yeah, it's beautiful. I don't think I've ever used it though. I only got it because I love watching her videos, or I did back in the day. I don't have time to watch the tube like that anymore. Okay, so we got to my last drawer here. Let's see. All right, so here I have the JolieBomb.com palette. This is a glitter eyeshadow palette. It's just full of glitters, and I don't remember where I got this from, but I got it because someone hyped it up on the tube, and they were so right. You have every glitter shadow that you could use here. Beautiful. Then I have my Jaclyn Hill palette with Morphe. Does it even need an introduction? It's like gorgeous. These browns here, these dark browns, these pops of colors. Yes, give it to me. Beautiful. I love this palette. Then I have the Jaclyn Hill, like I think she called this one like her favorites with Morphe. This is when she first started talking about Morphe back in the day, and I got it because, again, I love Jaclyn Hill and I love anything she recommends. And I used to love this palette. I don't reach for it that often anymore, but nonetheless it's beautiful, and I honestly got it for that pink color. I needed it in my life. Let's see, what else do we have here? I have another Morphe, the 35P. I think this is for purples. Beautiful. I've used this purple over here a bunch of times. Like, does it need introduction? It's gorgeous. You know, whenever I want to do a purple look, I know where to come find it. Then I have another Morphe palette. This is the 35O, the OG 35O. Everyone needs to talk about this palette. It used to come back in stock and sell out because everyone wanted it. And I was one of those people who stuck the website until I was able to get it. But yeah, does it even need an introduction? It's beautiful, full of browns, oranges, neutrals. Heaven, thank you. Then I have another yet Morphe eyeshadow palette. This one is the 3502. So it's a sister to that first one that I just showed you. And I honestly got it for that shade right there. And I haven't even used it yet. I've used this palette a bunch of times for the browns, but I haven't used that one yet. But it's gorgeous nonetheless. Then we have the Morphe Gigantic 39S. Can we talk about it? It's huge. Huge. And I don't know why I got it because it's full of pinks and I don't really mess with pinks, but it's beautiful. Everyone used to talk about it and I remember saying that I needed it in my collection. And then we come to this beauty right here. This beauty right here. Ta-da! This is the Tati Beauty Volume 1 eyeshadow palette, and can we talk about it? Like, can we talk about it? It's so gorgeous. You have your glitters, your metallics, your sequins, and your mattes. Gorgeous. This is everything you need. Screw everything I just mentioned. This is all you need. All you need in a palette. Then we have the Norvina Anastasia Beverly Hills collection. This one is the volume 3. I just had to have all of them, so I bought all of them. This is the orangey one, and I haven't used this. I just got it for the packaging. Story of my life. Then I have the volume 2. Again, I only bought it for the packaging and because I needed to have 1, 2, and 3, because otherwise I felt like my collection was not completed. This is a bunch of blues and it's beautiful, but I haven't used it. Then I have the volume 1, which is the first one that she came out with, and it's the purples, and it's beautiful. I've used a couple shades here, but you know, I just wanted to get it for my collection. Then I have the So Jaded Kathleen Lights times ColourPop. Yes, I got this palette for this color here, which is called Emerald, and this color here, which is called Turquoise, and that's the reason why I got this palette. And obviously to support Jaclyn Hill, because not Jaclyn Hill, girl, Kathleen Lights, because I love her. She was one of the first YouTubers I ever saw. And then I have my Morphe times Jeffree Star eyeshadow palette. I think this came out last year or like 2 years ago. It's bomb. I got it for that glitter right there. It's called Millions, and it's gorgeous, gorgeous. The pigmentation on this palette is out of this world. It's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And yeah, guys, that completes my eyeshadow collection. Let me know if you want a whole makeup collection. I would love to do that for you guys. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and till next time, toodles.